Well, um, really heard and really accepted. I would say it was seventh grade. I tried out for the cheerleading squad and I made the cheerleading squad. And because we were in an integrated school, they really were careful about making sure that they had an equal number of kids that were of different colored skins. And so we had this one gal who was most definitely the most talented and the most loud spoken and the most athletic. And she happened to be a person of color. And so at the beginning of the year, she invited all of us over to her house to practice so that we could be ready for our first game and pep rally or whatever it was. And we were doing some, tricks or whatever, and hesitantly, I made a suggestion of something that I thought would um, make the production or cheer or whatever go right. And she looked at me and she said, "Girl, that's a good idea." And I still remember the fact that she accepted my suggestion and took it as value because I was by far the least talented and the smallest on the squad. And the fact that she even heard my voice and listened to me um, made me feel like I was part of the squad.
Well, Tommy Lou, I heard you say that you tried out for a cheerleading squad. They try to keep a balance of equal whites, equal blacks on the team. And one of the best cheerleaders invited you all over to her place to practice some of the cheers. And you came up with an idea, and she actually listened and agreed on your opinion and accepted your opinion as well. That's amazing because that is sometimes pretty hard to do. It really is.
Well, it was our first year of being together. And so I was a little hesitant, but I was glad that she listened.
A couple incidents that happened to me. I had a supervisor that one of the statements that he used to make all the time, and this is probably part of one of the questions as well. He used to always say, I went to this meeting and this man of color, oh, Benji, one thing about it, boy, he was dressed very well and he spoke very well. And I just, one day, I was in one of my moods, I was in one of my dad's moods. And I asked him, I says, you say this every time you encounter this. Are we not supposed to be able to dress well or speak well?
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me and he says, well, I don't mean it like that. I said, yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do because you repeat it. I hear it out of you too often.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, I never have no idea that I'm even saying it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And another incident I had, we went around through, because we have an office in every county of the state. And my supervisor and a co-worker of mine and myself, we was going around, we got new postal machines and we're doing trainings, picking central locations doing trainings. And at that time, your PowerPoint was on your laptop and you had the screen and all. And I just happened to be carrying my duffel bag. I was carrying a laptop and one of the projectors. And there was two people that was already seated in the room where it was happening in Charleston. And the two people asked the question and I heard them. So what's that guy doing here? The lady asked. And the man says, well, somebody got to carry the bags.
Mm-hmm.
So the solution to that is what I did because I'm the one that was giving the presentations.
Oh.
Yes. So I went to my coworker. I says, hey, buddy, we're going to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do all the introductory and all. And I want you to say this too. And I want you to say, and my supervisor is the one that's going to present the presentation to you. And he did that and it went over great. Then at the end of the session, the lady came up to me. She asked me some questions. I answered. And at the end of the conversation, I did tell her, ma'am, we do know a little bit. We're not here just to carry bags. That's how I finished our conversation.
That's how you let her know. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. So what I heard you say, that you wanted me to know that other people don't know about your race, is that sometimes people make derogatory statements, such as you speak well and you dress well. Um, Maybe even when you confront them with them saying that, they don't see it as a derogatory statement. That the expectation, your expectation is that, of course, you're going to speak well and dress well. Um, I also heard you say that when you were doing a presentation in Charleston, that you were carrying the bags with the equipment for your PowerPoint and your projector, and that someone you overheard saying that, why were you there? And the reason that you were there must be because someone has to carry the bags. So you made the decision at that point that you wanted someone to introduce you as the speaker, and that you finished your presentation by saying, and yes, we can do more than just carry the bag.
Correct.
The idea was that you wanted to validate that you were the administrator giving the presentation and that you did have the value of the information to project, even though they asked you questions and you were able to answer them correctly. Is there
Yes.
anything else that I didn't get out of that?
No, you pretty much summed it up almost word for word.
I don't know about that.